In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master? I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. We must not let down our guard.
Rather lost.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Elena. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from...
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. But in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now, even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
This is generally used as a material.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
I know so little of this world and of myself.
Can't help but talk in a whisper.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds. Right you are.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
Splendid.
The patients in this room must not be disturbed.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
I quite agree.
I find such solace in prayer.
I'm in no fit state to perform.
Elena? Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But you see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
If I sleep on my woes, may have what I do to deserve this.
I wish I could go on and scarce afford to be
Little happiness is all I ask of life.
I swear I've never slept better.
How are we to fight?
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we?
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder? That's odd.
Oh, could use a rest.
Yeah? What is it?
Tell is, Vermund was once a beastren kingdom. Truly? Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
I fear this trial is too much for one such a man. Wickedness has no hold on a tranquil mind.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
At least I have my life. That's something.
Not many rumors to be had around here.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared.
Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. Ready to forge on?
Perfect spot for a kit.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
I am proud of my devotion, as well I should be.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw afore coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have these looked like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I recall them being especially meek to the... At any rate, they may know aught of use.
If I could, I'd never go.
Who's eerie with nothing about?
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Wearing armor all day.
Previous characters might learn.
Somehow.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due. It's been a hard day. My head.
At least I can go.
Right, out of the car.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
What in the world?
I've got a good feeling about this one.
I'm nodding off where I stand. Interested in my wares?
Loyalty's just another way to save your own skin.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later.
Got work needs doing.
You'd think they'd learn by now not to creep up on me.
Come on, have a look.
What rank's that fellow? I've clean forgotten.
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
There's all sorts of but not a bit. Have a look.
Got nothing to fear if I keep my wits about me.
I'll start dusting.
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailments, certainly. But only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Time to earn me some coin.
Gotta be somewhere to make some quick call.
Go on, have a look. Washes all my troubles clean away, this place. No easy thing. Making a living.
Recruits don't know pommel from point.
This ox cart, I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
I'm unsure how best to proceed.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have seen a pretty stone lying about, would you? One befitting the name the Jadeite Orb. 'Twas stolen from me, what? 'Tis no exaggeration. To be quite truthful, working under a man's son, unless...
The Jadeite Orb could be anywhere now. Perchance we ought to speak with someone who has experience in battle.
How dare you? Fine. Out of the car, all of you.
I would have preferred not to have it done so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. We must not let down our guard. I've got it pinned. We'll have a hard time taking this spell fluid across now. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Another statue? Mayhap 'twill yield us all to views. I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Always another errand to see to. Nice place.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
Maybe I'll make myself scarce.
Always gotta be in the thick of things, mate.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
I spend my days in quiet.
Is there aught I can help you with, sir? Oh, if you're looking for Lubomir, his condition he's not allowed visitors, I'm afraid. Not even no need to worry, though.
I must be grateful.
What are you doing? Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.